This one.
Lights are flashing, the gridiron's cold. A million stories yet to be told. Bombers bringing the heat to the screen, Woo! You just got a vision like you've never seen. Vision like you never seen. Moans ends locking the gears in the back. We're turning the dial, making the attack. Big freaking Friday show, yeah, we own the night. Let's freaking go, the future is bright. Big freaking Friday show, we're taking the lead. Everything you want, everything you want, everything you need. Clock on the wall is ticking to 10. We're doing it all and then doing it again. I own this show, yeah, it's mine to keep. Wake up the rivals, wake up from the sleep. Big freaking Friday show, yeah, we own the night. Let's freaking go, the future is bright. Big freaking Friday show, we're taking the lead. Everything you want, everything you want, everything you need. Let's freaking go and moan on the mic. Big freaking Friday show. Let's freaking go.
Welcome to the Big Freaking Friday show. Hope you enjoyed the new Big Freaking Friday intro song that I wrote this week. Very happy with how it turned out. Wanted a little more psychobilly than rockabilly, but hey, I'll live with it. It gets the blood flowing. No need for Cialis. Just listen to that song, and that'll get you where you need to be. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight here on the Big Freaking Friday show on the pre-250 July 4th. Rock will be joining us tonight. Nate is unfortunately, he's got a headache.
Let's go.
And we sent him to bed early, and we got Brock, which, I mean, that's, you know.
It's
and,
like it's like 9 o'clock hits early.
That's right. Yeah. It's absolutely right. And as always, we've got the one, the only Wild You.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Big Freaking Friday. Oh my gosh, Moan. The new intro is off the hook. Big Freaking Friday. Let's go.
The only thing you're missing is like the bad overdub with the lip sync for when Nate's sick, and you have to put like fill in the blank, me, Daniel, and it's like completely off. But there is like, it's like the Gilligan's Island theme when they go and the rest, as opposed to naming all of them.
Mr. Black. Again, thank everybody for coming in here today. See a lot of new memberships popping up here, and that's because even though I did it on Wednesday the 1st, they waited till today to finally eliminate the soldier and capo tier. I'm sure lots of you got emails telling you, hey, that no longer counts. You are getting your rebate for the month. We are now down to just one membership level. It's Wise Guy membership. No more capo, no more soldier. Doing this as part of our, I don't want to say overhaul, but our sprucing up of the joint. Along with that, you get 2 new members-only live streams a month. And this month, you get 3 members-only videos because yesterday you released a video. Why don't you go ahead and promo that?
You know what? Released a video on Utah's exit fees from Big 12. Like, that hadn't been discussed a lot. The only thing that had been discussed is the 99-year membership agreement that Utah didn't sign, but everybody else in the Big 12 signed. I really researched this very in-depth, this topic, looked at the org docs, looked at all the signature documents and everything. And guys, found some pretty interesting findings. Check that video out. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but really it's applicable for Utah and any other Big 12 school like Kansas that might want to jump out for a P2 offer if that ever comes. So it's something to be aware of. How expensive would it be? That video talks about it. It talks about if the 99-year membership agreement is applicable or not. So check it out.
In addition, for members, I cleaned up the members' loyalty badges. Everybody should be a little bit different in color now. And we added 2 emotes, and I'm going to show you what those emotes are real quick in chat. We've got Greg the Cooler. He is in our chat. Here we go. Greg the Cooler. And of course, we couldn't forget Ute's favorite brand, Tarleton cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Are now in the chat. You've got the Tarleton pack. So smoke them if you got them. The purple and gold of Tarleton. Let's get lit. As it says, it's lit. Those are new members only emotes. And obviously, the more members we get, the more member emotes we get. So we can keep unlocking those. And those are really cool. Let's go ahead and roll in here and get some member milestones. Bob Swanger's a new member, but he's been a member forever. And by the way, yes, when you re-up your membership, you do not lose your loyalty badge, guys. Just so you know. Evil Badger re-upped. He is now a wise guy. MBM is now a wise guy. Thank you, MBM.
Let's go.
Becky Go Huskies is now a wise gal. There you go.
That's right.
Like Lorraine Caluso in The Sopranos. The other Gygax gifted 5 memberships.
Let's
to the
go.
College Football Mafia family. Let me see who those went to. Those went to Alan. Oh man, Alan Althouse, Timbo the Knight, Jim Reese, James Wilson, and Austin Bradley. You have been gifted memberships. You are now a member of the college football family. From the man from West Virginia,
Let's go.
Daniel Gygax. I can't resist myself. I think I like the Aussie version better. But I'm going to get an ad pop up here. So we'll just wait for this ad to close. When it closes, tell it to close. Here we go. Where is my WVU Aussie?
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Nice.
Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
What?
Gotta love that. Love that mix on that. And then check this out, guys.
Dude, when did you create this stuff, Moan?
I didn't create that. I took that. That's from a YouTube channel called There I Ruined It.
That's amazing.
MBM with a
Whoa!
$100 super
Whoa!
chat. He says, "Happy 4th, CFM."
Oh my.
Us. And we've got some songs that I think we can play for him. For starters, let's do this.
Haven't heard that one for a while.
Here's another one.
I believe in America. America has made my fortune.
Of course, the great bonus, Sarah, if nobody caught that. And then here's,
What happened to the American dream? It came true. You're looking at it.
from the comedian. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Like South Park. Let's
French fried when you should have pizzaed. You French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Children, what have I told you about drugs?
That there's a time and a place for everything, and it's called college.
That's right.
Yeah, dude, you gotta try it. It makes you feel good.
And then finally we'll end it with this. Do we have the dancing Oklahoma State Cowboy on here?
Let's see. We got Butter. Where is Pete?
It might be an asset on another channel. I got to get all these assets rounded up, so we'll play the Cartoon Wild West.
Cowboy living in the cowboy days. Wiki, wiki, scratch, yo, yo, bang, bang. Me and Artemis, large bug, go, says, down a high act from the big metal spider. Wiki, 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 fresh cowboy from the west side.
Skaven Yes has become a member.
Let's
He's
go.
moved up to wise guy. Skaven Yes. I lost that dispute with the University of Nebraska marching band, by the way. So you're not getting a cover of Hail Varsity because I don't know. Apparently there's a huge copyright mafia in Nebraska protecting from a 7-second clip of Hail Varsity. So I don't know. Buckshot Kid, he's become a member or sign up for a new membership. Thank you, Buckshot Kid.
Let's go.
Antoine Johnson as well. Sun Devils in the house. I appreciate that. Much love. Okay, I think we got everybody. I think we got Sounders played. I don't have any new Sounders till Sunday night show. By the way, if you weren't watching on Sunday night show, the Moen movie of the week this week is The Wicker Man from 1973. I watched it yesterday. Holds up. Fantastic movie.
The Wicker Man, yeah.
Yeah. The original, don't watch the one with Nicolas Cage. You got to watch the original from 1973. Not the one with the bees. We're going to talk a little college football tonight. We're going to talk PCSA. We're going to talk hot bubbles of action, all kinds of stuff. I don't know if either one of you guys caught Greg's show this evening.
I saw the intro, but did not catch any of the info.
Let's summarize that, Moan, for us and everybody else.
Through intermediaries, North Carolina and the SEC have had conversations. It's within a 500-mile radius of Nashville that these conversations took place.
Not
so in
one
Birmingham.
Of 8 states.
Yeah, not in Birmingham, not in Charlotte or Raleigh. It took place somewhere between Nashville and 500 miles from Nashville. And
so we're saying that there's some steam on this thing. Is it going to be happening sooner, or is it?
Greg was very, very insistent that nothing is imminent.
Right.
There was a lot of allegedlys. And, he, basically that was it. Intermediaries are talking between North Carolina and the SEC.
Do two allegedlys cancel each other out like a double negative? So do we have to count for a secret code? And Greg going to give it, if he gives us 5 allegedlys, it's still allegedly.
I don't know. I think
allegedly,
Greg. I think Greg's enjoying a barbecue dinner now, so he was really in a hurry to get off. So I don't know that he's going to join us tonight. He might be able to explain it later, but he did mention that these people who fed him this information were from the Big Ten, and it was with the intent to make it aware to people within the Big Ten. So,
Moan, my question is this.
That is a great question. And Greg had mentioned it maybe a week and a half ago. And I've been keeping an eye on it. Keep an eye on the North Carolina. We talked about this on Sunday, Rock. The Board of Governors, the Board of Regents, for that backpack to be separated, for Carolina money to be paid, going to have to go through the Board of Governors of North Carolina, and that's a public, I believe that can be a public meeting. It might be a private meeting. I don't know. Sunshine laws vary from state to state, and, but so I've been keeping my eye on the Board of Regents for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels and the Board of Governors for the North Carolina system. So let's keep an eye on it. Again, Greg stressed, and I'll stress, and Greg said allegedly, and I'll say allegedly. This is nothing imminent. He's just saying intermediaries representing North Carolina spoke to intermediaries representing the Southeastern Conference somewhere within a 500-mile radius of Nashville, and it's already taken place. It's already gone. It's already over. We don't know what came of it, but apparently people wanted him to put that information out there.
So this is just more evidence that UNC is leaning towards SEC. I mean, we were already strongly understanding that was probably going to happen either sooner or later. But are we talking like this is like a 95% likelihood now? For maybe an 85%.
And Greg was very clear that it's a possibility the Big Ten has had intermediary talks with UNC. But this was the information he was given. This is the only thing he could verify and confirm, that intermediaries for the University of North Carolina and intermediaries for the Southeastern Conference met and had a meeting, had a discussion. Don't know what was discussed. Again, people, I see Daniel saying 500 miles is quite the distance. Absolutely is. But again, you got to remember Oregon and Washington met the Big Ten in New York City. And then they met them again in Washington, D.C. And that Colorado met the Big 12 in Chicago. So, you know, the areas, I'm not 100% sure, but it is what it is.
Well, you know, we can ask Mo and AI, and within 500 miles of Nashville, we have, I asked Grok, but Grok's like, what is AI? Atlanta, 250 miles away. St. Louis, 309. Louisville, 176. Chicago, 480.
Oh, my. That would be interesting.
Indianapolis, 290. Cincinnati, 270. Birmingham, 215. Knoxville, 180. Memphis, 215. And Charlotte, 400. Kind of in realignment terms, I don't doubt the information, but it's almost like saying, you know, every city in the world is within 12,500 miles diameter of Paris.
Yeah, again, this is, listen, I didn't come up with it. Don't break my balls.
I'm just saying, like, the key thing there is Chicago is 480 miles according to one AI model. I think it was, I asked
you know, and now that I think of it, it might have been Memphis and not Nashville.
Well, that would make it even closer drive to Chicago.
Yeah. After tonight's show, you can go watch Greg. He talks about it at the beginning. Then he does a segment on Rutgers, and then he talks about it again. And then he talks a little bit about what we're going to talk about with Representative Baumgartner out in Washington. But we've got a couple of super chats we got to hit to first.
Let's get them.
Again, if anybody wants to support the channel financially, as you know, there's a little cash icon at the bottom of the window. You pay an American currency to give us a super chat, become a member, gift a membership. All that stuff helps us out, helps us keep the lights on, helps us keep paying StreamYard to keep giving me updates I don't need instead of just giving me frames. That's all we want is frames. Thank you. Please, StreamYard. Jacobra Cat. If UNLV is unlove, then North Carolina State is
what?
No
Okay,
cast.
so-
No cast, I guess. No cysts. I don't know. Cobra Cat. I don't know. You got me, buddy. I don't know. That's Hawkeye humor for me.
I need to call a TV timeout here. And for something that Moen doesn't give a shit about. This World Cup game that's going on right now is freaking bonkers.
Okay.
Cape
Is
Verde
it 2-2 or what's the
Argentina.
score, Rock?
It was 1-1. Argentina goes ahead 1 with Messi against Cape Verde, which is like smaller than every city that Moen goes to get really weird pizza, right? It's like 450,000 people live there. They're playing against Messi. It's 1-1, and they go up. Cape Verde scores and ties it. They get through the few extra minutes for all the injuries. They're in overtime. Argentina scores in the first 6 minutes of it. It's now 12 minutes left. Cape Verde just scores to tie it up. It's 2-2, one of the best soccer countries in the world against an island that 96% of the people in the chat, including me, had no idea where it was without Google. Sorry.
Let's go.
It's this is like App State against Michigan going on right now. Or even worse. What's worse than App State versus Michigan?
Man, some of the worst upsets.
That's what this game is right now, even at a tie.
That is it.
I will just say this. Moen does not travel to weird places to get pizza. He travels to weird places to get mushrooms. Hold the pizza. Thank you for the...
Stop it, Mo.
Thank you for that, Jacobra Cat.
Thank you,
and
Jacobra Cat.
Reminder, this is 250 years.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
And Miss Becky Go Huskies, no big expansion without Utah, and wowed you eating durian fruit on each Big Ten campus.
Hey. We've got one bet for that. One bet. 2 Big 12 teams in the playoff this year, Moan.
Absolutely. And if you're a new viewer and you don't know what durian is, it's nicknamed the ass fruit. It smells like decomposing flesh, is supposedly very delicious, is a delicacy, especially among Southeastern Asian countries. And if the Big 12 does not get 2 teams into the college football playoff this season, you, on a special edition of the Big Freaking Friday Show, will be eating the ass fruit.
I'm going to have to eat that outside. Definitely, man. There's not bringing that in the house. There's no way my wife will let me have that.
It's the quest for respect for the Big 12, man.
Look, the Big 12 is going to get 2 teams in this year, guys.
I think that's one of the big questions, right? Like, and I think that there's 2 things that matter for the Big 12 in my mind. Does BYU either beat Notre Dame or stay super close and Notre Dame runs the table, right? That will help in this conversation. Even if your Utes need to beat BYU later, it will have a transitive property, even though it doesn't really exist. And you need, if it's not Texas Tech, you need somebody else to run the table to get to the Big 12 championship game. Good. Like, that's what you need. You need a 12-0 against an 11-1 kind of thing in the Big 12 championship game, in my opinion. And then you have a shot.
This is the route. So BYU has to beat Notre Dame for it to happen, right? Because, like, even if BYU is 1 or 2 losses, I think they could get an at-large bid with a Notre Dame victory. And Utah has to clip BYU and get in the championship game ahead of them to leave them out of the championship game. So there's 2 bids. That's how it has to work, guys.
I will say this. Since ass fruit is on the line, it is acceptable for me to root for Notre Dame.
Dude, really? What's wrong with you, dude?
Root for Notre Dame is ass fruit. The opportunity to see Philip eat ass fruit.
Dude, what about Irish tears?
No. Go Fighting Irish. Beat the Cougs. Let's see the ass fruit on Big Freaking Friday Show. By the way, the other option is if they do get 2 in, I have to eat ass fruit. And I don't think that's fair because I already ate the Skyline chili. Awful.
Yeah.
I ate the Skyline chili. I ate it, Bone.
Yeah, you did that willingly. That's scary.
I mean, I have very mixed emotions here on this because on the one hand, I would love to see BYU beat Notre Dame, but should they not beat Notre Dame, there's an upside. On the flip side, too, is I think 3 weeks later is Miami Notre Dame. If BYU doesn't beat Notre Dame is likely to go into that game undefeated. It could be an epic game in South Bend of undefeateds at the end of the year, and with the team I despise the most in life.
MBM is very correct. Moen's allegiance can be bought with ass fruit.
Or super chats.
Or super chats, whiskey, ass fruit, memberships. I feel like that's seeing in Blazing Saddles. Mennonites, Methodists.
Well, here's a question. How much is ass fruit per pound? Because that should be the definition of the minimum super chat that you can be bought for.
Well, no.
Gosh, man.
Here's the thing. And I just so everybody knows, I was prepared because I know obtaining dry goods and sundries is very difficult in the state of Utah. I don't know if they don't have a highway system there or what, but I know you can't get real beer. You have to order a case of liquor to get a bottle of liquor. I called to several Asian markets in the Salt Lake City area, and I found durian in stock.
No.
And the nice thing is it is prepackaged durian. You don't have to worry about cutting the skin off or anything like that. They take the durian with the seeds, put it in a plastic container, seal it in another plastic container, and then put shrink wrap all the way around it.
No.
Yes. And I think it's like $60 for one of those packages. Yeah, that's a durian fruit. That's with the shell on, obviously. I'm not going to make
What does durian smell like to you on a Reddit board? What does durian smell like to you? It seems like it has different fragrances to everyone I've asked. There are some common themes here. Rotting onions a dumpster in July, but to me, I only smell the sweet, fruity sense of it with some custard caramel aromas mixed in. There we go.
Now, honestly, listen, a dumpster in July, are there people going around going, yes, that's the July son of a dumpster versus the August son of a dumpster? Do we really have dumpster connoisseurs? Come on. Thank you for the super chat, Becky, and we'll go ahead and give you a sounder.
Professor, without knowing precisely what the danger is, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Ken.
Thank you so much. Stephen Pitts has become a new member here on YouTube. I think he's an old member who moved up, but I do know he is an Arkansas fan. So let's get this pig sounder.
Pigs say Razorbacks!
I love the way that guy says Razorback. Jacobracast says Greg So Cold Bonnie Blue invited him over to help reduce the swelling.
Oh my
status post 100 college dudes.
What?
I mean, come on. We try and keep this place clean around here, guys. Let's, let's try and keep it,
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Thank you for the super chat, Jacober Cat, even if it is about Bonnie Blue pulling a train. We do appreciate that. I didn't have a train sound. So, all right. So let's talk about it. We'll get back to the North Carolina thing. I know a lot of people want to talk about North Carolina, so we will get back to it. I promise you, but we gotta cover some other things first. So let us cover some other things first. And that being, Ross Dellinger reported this week that the Big Ten and SEC are currently working with people in the Senate to make adjustments to the Protecting College Sports Act. The thing that Cody Campbell was not going to give away has now been given away. They are willing to amend. Among the things the Big Ten wants amended, they want to make sure that sharing of media money is 100% voluntary, and they want to get in writing to prevent any court case that happens from being involved in that. They also want to get an addition in there for any current court cases to be resolved by it. And finally, the big one, they want Section 205 completely removed. And Section 205 was, of course, the section that froze all the conferences, has been widely unpopular with every conference, even the ACC. You got to remember, ACC is looking down a barrel of trying to backfill once some of these schools leave. Big 12's looking to poach ACC schools. And, of course, you've got all these G6 schools that want to move up. So it's a widely unpopular thing. Michael Baumgartner, the representative from the state of Washington, he sits in the district that Washington State is in. He basically said that he thinks this would get passed with that being removed. And he thinks it will be removed. So what do we think, Professor Wild Ute, Rock and Rant? We'll start with you. Now they're making changes that the Big Ten and the SEC wants, much to the chagrin of Cody Campbell.
I mean, like, it's amazing that there's support, even any support behind this, at least like there's not as much tirade. You know, it seemed like the Big Ten was just losing their mind, the SEC, about this. Then like, hey, you negotiate a little bit, and now they're going to get on board. It's pretty amazing, actually, because this bill was so dang toxic 1 week ago and more and stuff. Now all of a sudden we might have something going on here. Look, what does it really do, guys? Like, that's my question. Like, if you take out this provision in there where you can really realign still, if you've got like $1 billion or 750, 600 million, whatever, in annual payouts, like, what does it really do? Are we actually going to give teeth to like a CSE and regulate? Like, I want to know actually what is like the benefit of this, like the true benefit, because like I'm even hazy on really what this is going to effectively do at the end of the day.
That's a good question. I mean,
like, we tirade about it because of one provision, but it's like, okay, well, what is it? Like what are we signing on to here? What's the win? Is there going to be NIL regulation? Is that going to actually be enforced? Or are we just going to be just doing the status
It's
quo?
going to give them the room to try to enforce it, and that does not mean that just because they pass that it still can't go to a court to say something's not constitutional, right? Because again, if you try to do something that's going to regulate anyone's salary, and there hasn't been collective bargaining, even in this country where norms are getting overturned all the time on every aspect, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, that's happening. I don't know. The only thing, is that maybe they just want to have some cover, right? Some potential of having a law that they're following to make it happen. And to your point, yes, it's like a body of water that had a giant turd in it. Now they're taking the giant turd out of it. It's still but it's just like a lake. It's not even like a good lake with fish in it. But the water is not poison anymore.
Okay, there you go. And I'll finish up this discussion. I talked about it with Rock. We did this on Sunday when we talked. I think fixing college sports has to be a piecemeal situation. I don't think one all-encompassing bill is going to solve anything. In fact, I think it creates more problems. As much as I dislike Tommy Tuberville as a human being, I think his plan was correct. I think they should have just went with his 555 thing. Get that passed, get everybody on board with that. Then you move on to other things. Then you address it issue by issue with pieces of legislation by pieces of legislation. I know that doesn't make people happy, but you're not going to get broad support for a bill this size. You're going to have Democrats opposing it because it does not contain a collective bargaining agreement. You're going to have Republicans opposing it for various reasons. So, I mean, you're not going to get, again, no piece of legislation seems to get through unscathed in Congress. Everybody wants to tack something on. Let's tack a raise for ourselves onto this, and et cetera, et cetera. But I think a piecemeal approach would probably be the best approach. And I think Tuberville's bill, which was a very simple, I think, 2-page bill that says you get 5 years of eligibility. You get one transfer in the portal.
Yes.
And I forget what the other 5 was, but
I mean, I think you just nailed it. 5 years and 1 year, like one transfer.
Yeah.
For all of this discussion, who cares? That's not really tectonic. We're talking about, we need real NIL regulation. It's not going to happen with this at all. There might be some language in there, but like Rock said, it's going to get sued into oblivion. And then you're going to prevent realignment in the future with the provisions in there that's going to get rearranged. This is just absolute this is a nothing burger.
Yes.
For all we talked about, it's now a nothing burger.
Well, the quick strike is still on the table because in their quest to end expansion, all they seem to have done is ramped up expansion. UNC intermediary speaking with SEC intermediary. I don't think those are the only two entities with intermediaries out there, guys. I'm sure there's probably, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I think it's highly likely that an intermediary from Miami has met with an intermediary from the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think that's highly likely. UNC is probably going to try and pick who they want to take with them. That's probably UVA. You brought up the Wolfpack backpack earlier. They're probably going to have to figure out a way to get out of that to get Virginia in with them. But I mean, here you've basically given, and you can check it out on the thumbnail, you've given Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti a pair of scissors and a black Sharpie, and you're basically letting them go to town on the bill. And does Cody Campbell stand behind this bill once it gets whatever changes it ends up receiving at the end of the day?
I mean, I think so, because it's still a win, right? He can still say, hey, we got something done, even if it's pretty small, the whole scheme of things. So I think he'll take the W there, but it's not the bill that he necessarily wanted. I mean, he wants a bill that's going to benefit Texas Tech. He wants a bill that's going to prevent realignment from happening, so Texas Tech's in the best position, right? They're not going to the Big Ten or the SEC. They might be going to a best of the rest if that ever happens, but right now they're in a great spot in the Big 12, and that's the best place they're going to be. So keeping that intact is in their best interest. Keeping NIL regulation out is in their best interest too. So I think that he's going to take the W, but it's not everything he wanted.
Cody Reviews he's been a member. He's just upgraded to the wise guy. Thank you, Cody Reviews, for doing that. We do appreciate that. And the North Carolina Wolfpack. I know he's probably very, very interested in this North Carolina news that Greg has released this evening. So we'll give him a little Wolfpack out. Now let's get to some comments where people can tell us how wrong we are. We love doing that. You guys and Greg have been on the anti-PCSA from the start, and you've totally misrepresented all the good from the PCSA bill. Section 205, I don't find anything good in that. And hey, I'm a Big Ten guy. You can say, hey, that's because you're a Big Ten guy. I think that has been widely, I think the Senate realizes now that it is widely unpopular what they have done with that bill, with the Section 205, especially when they added the ACC and Big 12 to it, because it just made everybody in the G6 pissed off.
It seems like the bill is taking care of like small pebbles, but like the huge, massive boulders are just still there, right? So like I guess like if we want to misrepresent or whatever, like it's just
there's 73 pages in the bill. It'd be hard to misrepresent all of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so like it's not going to impact anybody really. Like as far as what we talk about, what we care about, survival of our teams, going to different conferences, NIL regulation, competitiveness on the field and stuff. It's a bunch of like admin based stuff, and that's fine, I guess. But like it's not a big talking point, and like it's really not that substantial at the end of the day for our schools in the field. That's what it seems like to me, at least.
Yeah, and to me, I've been very clear, and I don't know who the you guys are, so I'm going to assume it applies to all of us as well as Greg, but it may or may not, maybe just Moen, I don't know. Freedom of association, freaking Constitution, bro. Like, I don't really care after that. I think it's a bad idea. The fact that it might be coming out after being expanded proves that even the smaller schools and conferences don't like it, because if you already had the momentum, it wouldn't be potentially coming out. We'll see if it comes out, right? I heard it was a hard wall. It was never going to happen. That has been my main issue with it, is that specific aspect of it, of like telling people what they can or can't do. I've literally said multiple times, I think it's entirely possible that pooled media rights would get Ohio State more money than they make from a new Big Ten deal, but that it would close the gap between others. I think the floor would get raised for everyone. I know there are others who say differently, but I think the potential of less product, more willing buyers, we pull them together, that Ohio State, using them as the biggest example, the biggest brand in college football, could make more money than even a great new Big Ten media deal with 4 new teams added, that exists, might not be true, but that the gap between them and, I don't know, the best team in the Big 12 and the ACC would decrease in that zone, right? The ceiling would raise and the floor would raise, and it would get a little bit compressed, even in unequal distribution. I said that 5 for 5 was great, but the NCAA just did it. Now they just need this to make sure that they can get away with it, right, and not get sued out of it. So there have been parts of it, but I think they did some stupid things in it. And honestly, I'm also just exhausted by Cody Campbell being behind anything. It's reflexive to like not want to listen to him anymore. It's the worst advocate for good things you could have right now in college sports. And that is completely a separate issue from Texas Tech as a team, as a university, and their fans. I do not like Cody Campbell, and that's allegedly.
I think that's a fact right there, Rock. You and Moan there. It is interesting, this point too about pooling media rights, because we haven't got like super in depth in this, but I'm 100% with you that if there truly was a pooling of all FBS schools and stuff, it would yield more money in the market, because you have like you're negotiating on everything, all the rights. There's no cross negotiations and everything. It's going to yield more money for everybody, but it does not widen the gap. It thins out the gap that an Ohio State has versus other schools, and so you lose competitive advantage. They're not going to give that up and stuff. And And so that's never going to happen. Although it would be better for the whole system for sure.
Michigan president essentially just said that the other day, right?
Yeah.
They don't want there to be a chance of leveling the playing field. Rules for me, but not rules for thee, but not for we, or cash for me, but not for thee.
Yeah, Mark's Holy Grail also says PCSA makes federal NIL law, no more state court litigation on transfer portal and eligibility, agents capped, employment status compromised. Listen, I'm not saying there's not good things in the bill, Mark. I think there are good things in the bill. I think putting them all together and then sticking a giant shit sandwich called Section 205 in there, obviously, I'm going to be against Section 205. Why am I going to be against Section 205? Why am I going to rail against it? Because I'm part of the Big Ten. I don't want to play. I don't want Congress. It also mentions in there scheduling. I don't want Congress scheduling me and saying, well, Ohio State needs to pay. And I think this was a caller on Greg's show, or maybe I just made it up and heard it in my head. But somebody was calling and saying, yeah, I'd love to see Ohio State play Pitt in West Virginia, and it's like we don't have any history with those teams. The most history we have with Pitt is we beat them one time 72-0, and that's why, or 72-7, and that's why Mark May has always had a hard on for Ohio State. But listen, and it's nothing against Pitt and West Virginia, but we don't have any real history with them. I get it; they're closer, but we have more history with the Michigans and the Michigan States and the Indianas and the Illinois. We've got rivalry trophies with a lot of these teams. So the regional idea that the government's going to come in and get back to more regional rivalries, if you want to pass a congressional thing that says, let's maintain these rivalries, no problem with it. You don't need an all-encompassing bill to do that. You can do this one piece at a time. Just like Johnny Cash said, man, it'll work just fine if you do it one piece at a time.
Was there any evidence that like the government was going to step in and require Ohio State to play like all these games, or is that because I haven't seen anything. I've heard that chatted about, like, as it seems kind of like paranoia, but like there's no language about that, right? That's just
there's no language yet, but that is basically, you had a lot of these Congress people and senators talking about, well, we need to go and change this to make it more regional. Well, how are they going to make it more regional? The Big Ten's got 4 schools on the West Coast now. Are they going to just, I don't know, dig a giant trench throughout the Rocky Mountains to move those West Coast schools closer? No, they're not. They're going to try and force Ohio State to play teams in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, teams they don't have history with. If we're about preserving history, why would you force schools into more regional things? I didn't like that. I don't like the talk of that, the speak of that. There are good things in the bill, but again, I think they have to do this piecemeal. That's why, listen, guys, I cannot describe to you how much I hate Tommy Tuberville. I think he is one of the stupidest human beings on earth. When he was a coach at Cincinnati, I said, that's the worst coaching hire any college ever made. And by God, I was right. But his 5-year plan, it was simple. It was 2 pages. Here we go. Let's get this.
5-year plans sound like communists, though.
That's true.
Throw that in.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it was a 5-year, whatever his bill was called, the 551 or 515 or 555, or I don't remember what it was called, but it was like 2 pages. And it's like, it's art. And they're like, well, no, we're going to address it in the Protecting College Sports Act and watch it potentially die, when you could have passed it right then and there. But these senators, they have such egos. And, the first one to jump up and challenge him, Marie Cantwell, said, no, I'm voting no to have a vote on that. Now, why? If you were both really that concerned about eligibility in the NCAA, why does it hurt you to have his bill passed or to take a vote on it anyway?
It would have been one less thing to keep going.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
But Maria Cantwell and Ted Cruz want their name on the bill. They want to be associated with it.
Right. The other thing, too, is like the other problem with this bill is that even the good things are thought out by college athletics for dummies versions, right? And I'll give you a really specific example, and then I'll stop beating this up because this bill pisses me off because I know the good that it could have happened. Yes, in theory, the part that says they're going to have agents limited on their checks, right? Sounds completely great in theory. Everyone knows, well, the NFL, you can only do like whatever, 3 to 5%. That's only for those agents who, and also getting them regulated by the NFLPA, right? Like that's only for their contracts with the teams. Guess what happens when Patrick Mahomes tries to do a deal with fill in whatever brand? There's no 3 to 5% on that. Those are much more complicated deals. They're not templated deals that are all part of the union contract. Those get 15 to 20% standard fee for agents and things like that in all other industries. What happens if you take somebody who's going to get a revenue share contract and they're like $50,000 and they get 3 to 5% for the good agents? Cool, like that's not really worth their time versus other options they could have. So you'll get the worst agents, but that's not really it. You'll then get the worst agents when they do have a chance to make more money on the other deals, and they'll screw the players over because they don't know what they're doing because it's not worth the good agents who have been put through the ringer their time. So yes, in theory, no player should be getting a revenue share contract and getting 20% taken. That definitely should not be happening. But the definition of the NFL is being cut off in half of what actually happens outside of the actual contracts with the team.
Becky, go Huskies. As a big fan, I'm just here to gaslight and not get fined. Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Just don't steal any mopeds, Becky. I know that must just overcome you every time you're walking the streets of Seattle to punch somebody in the face and steal their moped, but please do not do that. Mark Bowman, $10 super chat. Colorado is the first domino to fall for the Pac-12. Who will be the first domino to fall for the ACC, or will it be a big scoop? I think it's UNC. I've mentioned it before. I think if UNC makes that decision, and pure speculation on my part, if UNC makes that decision and jumps, I think Notre Dame might have to take a good hard look at joining the Big Ten at that point.
You think so? Immediately after that? Are they going to wait for more collateral damage?
I think there's going to be more collateral damage once UNC leaves anyway. I mean, if ESPN has the money to pay full membership levels for UNC and, Florida State, Clemson, Virginia, you're losing 4 teams. So, I mean, the ACC is basically crippled at that point anyway. You've taken North Carolina and Virginia, which are, I believe, 2 founding members, and taken them out. And then you've taken Clemson and Florida State, 2 of the biggest brands. The ACC is not going to hold. At that point, the Big Ten, and I've mentioned it before on many different shows, the only guaranteed money the Big Ten has is if Notre Dame joins the conference. If Notre Dame joins, they know the dollar amount they're getting. Knowing the dollar amount they're getting, if they make Notre Dame a full member right away, which they will, that lets them know how much money they've got left for expansion.
Who would be involved in like the scoop here? So if UNC went first, who would go with them? Usually these things
I'd have to say their preference would be Virginia.
Yeah, UVA. Like we talked about like a long time ago at UNC, UVA, Florida State, Clemson. Those 4, right? Like eventually we would probably make their way into the SEC. I could see them own UNC and UVA, first 2 to jump. Then I would imagine that Miami very soon after the Big Ten would pluck in and grab Miami. And then you'd see what happens with Notre Dame at that point. I think Miami is going to be the first mover in the Big Ten.
I don't know that I think if you're the SEC, you grab all 4. I don't think you just get 2. I think it's an all 4, but I mean, you need North Carolina to make that commitment to get these other teams to move. If North Carolina makes a commitment, can get outside the backpack. Virginia's coming along as their tag along. They can get extricated from the government situation in Virginia. Then you grab Clemson and Florida State and you say, good, that's it. We're at 20. We're sticking at 20 at the blackjack table. And then I think again, the Big Ten's issue with expansion, they don't want to expand right now. They will if they have to, but they don't want to because it means they have to negotiate an extension with their media partners. That extension with their media partners not only undervalues the current 18 teams in the conference, it undervalues everybody you bring in. So I think their preference would be Notre Dame jumping on board and saying, again, the rumored number we've heard for the Notre Dame edition is $400 million from the media partners.
What?
Yes, that's rumored. I've not been able to find it in print anywhere, but I've heard that rumored. So that would cover.
Are you
basically
talking about per year?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't know if it's accurate. I'm stating 100%. I don't know if it's accurate. So please on Twitter, go ahead and say I stated that it was accurate. I'm stating I don't know if it's accurate. That's a rumor I've heard. But regardless, they're worth more than $100 million. Can we all agree on that? Notre Dame's worth more than $100 million annually.
Yes.
If they are, then why are they not getting more than $100 million annually from NBC right now? Not $100 million more from NBC plus their whatever $18 million a year for the other sports from the ACC. Like, I'm not doubting that they are, but my question is, if they are, everything we've read out there, and we don't like caveat. I don't know that we've all have seen the NBC contract, right? But the rumblings were that it was in the new one was in the 70 million-ish area, right? Give or take. And 18 or so million from the ACC for the everything else. So if they're worth $100 million annually, why aren't they worth $100 million annually now?
Well,
even
I
though they're
think
close.
Part of it is they're sacrificing because of their independence. They want to maintain their independence. They want to maintain snowflake status. Let me play a sounder for Mean Mark Bowman here. He's an Iowa Hawkeye. Let's give him a little Hawkeye song. That's the team with corn I like, because that team does not file claims against me. Their marching band doesn't file claims against me. Iowa corn is the best corn in America. I'm saying it. And I know Stormy Cyclone's probably somewhere here in chat. I know Stormy, I think he grows corn, so he knows Iowa corn is the best corn. Iowa corn for the corn gods.
Moan, you blew my mind right there. Even saying that, like, who knows, like, you're not like saying this is locked figure and stuff. But you're saying that if Notre Dame got in the Big Ten, they'd be worth about $400 million to the Big Ten. That's how I'm taking what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? $400 million?
The rumored number I heard, and again, it's rumor. I have no way to verify it. But I will tell you what we will be able to verify. We will know what Notre Dame's deal is with NBC Universal very shortly. They are spinning off NBC Universal from Comcast. In doing that, you're going to make a lot of information accessible to potential buyers. One of those things being what deals you currently have with sports teams. So you're going to find out exactly what NBC is paying the Big Ten, and you're going to find out exactly what NBC is paying the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, damn it. Might want to slow down on my drinking. Thank you for the super chat, Mark Bowman. We're going to triple down in Indiana. I can't believe it. Jacober Cat says the big SEC left the party with Cody Campbell's girlfriend, only returning so Cody could raise the baby.
What?
I think he's saying they did an Eiffel Tower with Cody Campbell's girlfriend and then left her alone and pregnant for Cody to raise the kid. That calls for something. Let me see.
Allegedly. Please, allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems kind of like a cuck, so I don't think he would have any issue with it. He'd like the Big Ten bull.
I got my Magnum condoms. I got my Wad 100s. I'm ready to plow.
Dude, that's so disturbing. That's so disturbing.
Look at this.
Every time.
Look at this.
Dude, MBM's on
has
fire.
gifted 10 college. He gave us $100 super chat. He's gifted us 10 memberships here to the community. God bless MBM 357. God bless us, everyone. PSU Nitwit, Ronnie Johansson, Irvin Williams. I wonder if that's Magic Irvin Williams. Blast Hole. Love that name.
Gee.
71 Big Easy. Kansas Bear Fan. Ricky Fontaine. Jeremy Nork. Matthew Miller. James Turpin. We're all gifted memberships to the college football community by MBM 357. The Oklahoma State Cowboy. He's looking at Oklahoma State. If the SEC goes past 20, Oklahoma State being an expansion candidate, bringing back Bedlam. Well, that pretty much changes everything.
Well, that changes pretty much fucking everything. Count me in. He's my best friend. He's my pal. He's my homeboy, my rotten soldier.
I was convinced that you were going to say his name was James Turpines because you were doing wishful thinking.
Yep, probably gonna die. I knew, man. I knew I'd never make it to 30 because I'm a wild man. Because I party.
Thank you, MBM. You're on fire tonight. We appreciate you so
Absolutely. Let me see here. We'll do. We didn't do this one.
We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry.
What do you get?
We're sorry.
I'm going to play that for every negative comment that I read on the. I'm just going to link to that video of that guy going, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, my.
And don't you know the first law of physics? Anything that's fun costs at least $8.
Boy, I'm looking for. Oh, it makes you feel good.
Yeah, dude, you gotta try it. It makes you feel good. Good. I'm a bad man. You hear me?
MBM is a bad man, and we're going to cap this off with a little Okie State fight song.
Let's go.
Because Oklahoma State does not file claims against me like Nebraska does. Cheers, MBM. Thank you for all your support.
Cheers
dude.
to you.
You're
Seriously.
a fantastic member of the community. You help us keep the lights on around here, and we do appreciate it.
Rock, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, I just have freaking Cherry Coke Zero, man. Nothing loaded yet. It's a little bit earlier here.
What are you drinking, you?
Man, I've got a Stella right here, man. I've got a
Yeah,
Stella.
but what is the ABV on that Stella?
Well, dude, I'm in Utah, so
2%.
everything's like 3.2, man.
All right, well, you're practicing.
It's safe for babies.
Yeah.
And this is good hydration. This is my water break, guys. My hydration break, right?
You know what we call that? We call that screw canoe.
What is that?
Fucking close to water.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Kenneth Mater, the Pirate Gator, dropping in here saying happy 4th of July weekend from musty, hot North Carolina. Yeah, it's been musty. I've been out in public and smelled some people. It's definitely been musty, Kenneth, but thank you.
Is it? It's like 100 degrees out there, right? In Ohio, right there.
Yeah, it's been in the high 90s. I would just remind people basic hygiene, deodorant. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Consider that. And cut off t-shirts. I mean, it's okay if you got cut off t-shirts if you use deodorant, guys, but he's got the Florida thing, so let's go ahead and give him a little bit of the Gators fight song.
And I won't back
and then Jacobra Cat says, like the big, I expand when I don't want to. When Moen plays the tortoise sounder.
Oh
Boy, it's been a while since we played the tortoise one.
Don't do it.
I know.
Please
I've got to listen. The guy paid $5.
I lost my mind
He
on this
wants to
one like
hear it.
5 minutes ago. That's what I was laughing at.
Stop. No.
Thank you for the super chat, Jacoba Cat. And then Vox Quindaro's Guide to Everything came in here and dropped a $99.99 super
Let's
chat.
go.
Happy
Let's
birthday,
go.
Americans. And Britt was carrying Rod's baby. Maybe that wasn't her grinding hinder. You're absolutely right. He's talking about the Wicker Man. They used a body double for the back scenes in that movie because she was pregnant. And she said she only wanted to do upper nudity. And the upper nudity she did was fantastic. And I'm telling you, that picture with Rod, I think she had 3 kids at that point, and that belly was still tight. Britt Eklund, my God, as far as a perfect female comes, that is her. Just my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but yeah, if you have not watched The Wicker Man 1973, do watch it. Lots of nudity. It's got lots of nudity.
This show is not for kids. This show is not for kids. Yeah, I hope no kids.
Well, I would let my kids watch The Wicker Man.
You would not, Mo. You would not let your kids watch this show.
I would. It's a classic. I would raise my kids on the classics. I'd be watching.
Moen would let them see the R-rated version of Caligula too. So let's just keep it relative.
I don't know about Caligula. It's just not that good a movie. Wicker Man, that's a horror classic. I think it's the best. It's the best British horror film. Christopher Lee's best work. It's a film classic. I would make sure my kids were aware of these classics. Suspiria, I would make them watch Suspiria. I'd have some fucked up kids, I guess, but hey, that's my business. I'll mess up my imaginary
That's why you have
kids.
chickens instead.
That's right. I'll mess up my imaginary kids as much as I want to.
Give this man like 100 Jayhawk squawks. 100.
I mean, if you had a kid, it would be the Ohio State version of Cartman.
I'm trying to think of. Let's see.
Jayhawk. Jayhawk.
By the way, Vox has very cordially invited myself and you, if Utah and Kansas make it to the Big Ten, and there's a game out there, whether you're an Ohio State game or a Utah game, we are going to crash at Vox Quindaro's house.
Let's do it.
Mrs. Quindaro has very graciously offered to make us the best barbecue in the world. And I'm willing to try it, and it'll be a fun night. We'll do. Hey, I told him. I said, just clear some tables, man. We'll do a live broadcast from the Quindaro compound.
From Vox, the Quindaro.
I don't have any problem doing that whatsoever. But he did give a $99 super chat, so I feel like we need to give him a couple more sounders. Let's see what we've got in the recent category.
Says you can't play drunk.
That's right.
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
See this? This is my boomstick! And that's nothing but pure and simple old-fashioned communism.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vox Quindaro, my friend.
Thank you.
I have a busy day playing tomorrow, going out and shooting guns. So should be fun. I'm going to be exercising my Second Amendment on July 4th. Thank you for the very generous super chat, sir. And thank you for the intelligent conversations that we have on Twitter. You write huge ones. I still refuse to pay Elon Musk for premium status. So I've still got to fit what I have to say into those amount of characters. But thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And I do appreciate your friendship. We're invited for steaks, but for barbecue, we'll hit the streets. Hey, man, just as long as, and I insist on this, I insist you let Ute pay.
You rat. Gotcha. I got you.
Oh my God, I don't even want to.
Nebraska genetically modifies corn for insertion play.
This is.
They got to have money somehow. I mean, shit. I mean, a 6,000 subscriber YouTube channel plays a 7-second version of their damn marching band, and you're going to hit us with a dispute. My God, they must really be hard up for money at the University of Nebraska.
Well, maybe the insertion helps with that.
Well, you know, they did just merge their medical campus with their main campus. Maybe there's a reason for that, Jacoby Cat. Maybe you've got it all figured out. I don't know.
School of Proctology or something? I don't know.
This is top 5% of all Jacoby Cat super chats right here. That's
right. That's right. We bad. That's right.
It's like the college football mafia is like Rorschach test. Like, interpret this tweet. This super chat from Jacoby Cat.
Let him cook, but I have to play this one. It'd be a sin if I didn't play this one.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Greatest president of my lifetime.
Yeah, no doubt about
the only one we can all agree on.
The only one everybody agrees on. And he flew a fighter pilot and got them aliens. Kenneth Maynard says, now that Wisconsin has a Culver's patch, I'm waiting for Cincinnati's Skyline chili patch, ECU's Mr. Beats patch, and Wake Forest's Krispy Kreme patch. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't put the bet on Skyline Chili getting Cincinnati's patch. For those that don't know, there is a long and historic battle in Cincinnati between competing chilies. The actual official chili of the Cincinnati Bengals is Gold Star. So,
no way.
Yes way. And if you're a Gold Star person, you do not like Skyline people. And if you're a Skyline person, you do not like Gold Star persons. And if you're a normal person like me, you don't like either one of them. So I would say not so sure on the Skyline chili. Gold Star might come in there. There might be some other Greek chili place that comes in there. Wake Forest and Krispy Kreme. I thought Wake Forest might be a little too. They'd probably take it. I said it in the group chat that we have. I just want a Wendy's patch on Ohio State uniforms. Wendy's was founded in Columbus, Ohio, by Dave Thomas, who was a great Ohioan. Dave Thomas, by the way, fun fact, if you get a bucket of chicken from KFC, Dave Thomas is the one who introduced the buckets to KFC. That was his invention, the bucket of chicken. So
Dave Thomas looked like a nice guy.
He was. He did a lot for adopted children, Special Olympics. Yeah. He himself was adopted. And his daughter Wendy is in it right now. Cannonball Run is Bert's best movie. Sorry, Evil Badger. I'm going to disagree with you here. And you may not like it. You may not be a Paul Thomas Anderson fan. Boogie Nights, the one he actually received an Oscar nomination for, was his best film. And he was so difficult to work with. Paul Thomas Anderson had already written him a role in Magnolia and ended up recasting it with Jason Robards. But Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights, I think it's his best acting work. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's like whatever that later movie from there was a couple of later movies from like Eddie Murphy, like when he was in Dreamgirls, when he was like an actor as opposed to like a celebrity. Burt was that way. But he would have been interesting in Magnolia, a movie that I'm not sure many people have seen, but was quite excellent, just complicated.
If you haven't seen Magnolia, I do recommend Magnolia, but it does. A lot of people don't like the turn it takes, but I thought it was kind of cool. Thank you for that super chat, Ryan Willie, even though we disagree. You like Cannonball Run. I like Boogie Nights, tomato. Let me give you a little Badger sounder here. Need to get more Badger sounders.
Give me that Badger sound. Give the man the sound.
I'll give him 2. by the way, happy belated birthday to Ryan Willie. His birthday was on Wednesday. He was in good spirits when I talked to him. So I hope you had a good birthday, Ryan. And now just play the waiting game. As Tom Petty said, the waiting is the hardest part. Kenneth Maynard says Gatorade patch for Florida sounds perfect. Yeah, that's easy. Easy.
Who's Miami's patch? It
would be Scarface.
I was gonna say the Medellin cartel.
Oh my gosh.
No, it would be some Cuban coffee kind of place probably for down.
No, I think it would be
or
a bank. Yeah, it'd be a
bank. I just want it to be the Big Ten patch. That's all I care about right now.
Yeah. Well, they're hurricanes. You could get an insurance company there.
Oh my!
You can't get insurance in Florida right now.
Oh, you can't get okay. Well,
it would be brilliantly deceptive.
Homeowners insurance. I'm sure the people in Florida aren't here. We'll talk about how challenging homeowners insurance is in the state of Florida the last couple of years.
And as you all know,
Barry, good, even if it was Coca-Cola.
Barry Manilow wrote the "Grab a Bucket of Chicken" jingle for KFC. Yeah, I don't want to get into all the Dave Thomas history, but needless to say, one of our governors was indicted for his connections to Wendy's.
No way.
Yeah, and he was reelected when he was under indictment.
A Buc-ee's patch for Texas. I'll tell you what. I mean, like, schools would almost have to pay to have a Buc-ee's association on their jersey. I mean, people love Buc-ee's.
There's a Buc-ee's here in Ohio, but I have not been to it yet.
Dude, people are obsessed with Buc-ee's out here.
Yeah, the beaver nuggets I've heard, brisket, etc. But I haven't.
It's a size thing too. Places are the smallest one is still huge.
Right. The gas station I go to has 6 gas pumps. And that's outside of
You can't do an
Kroger's.
influencer video on that, Moen. Come on, man. How can you monetize that? I went to a regular old gas station. It had 6 pumps. My Instagram.
People would find my life very boring. It's like, okay, now it's time to go let the chickens out. And the chickens are out. Now it's time to watch the chickens. Dave Thomas, Colonel Sanders, and B Blue fan art, please. Rule 34.
Oh gosh.
Cobra Cat is calling for Rule 34 on Dave Sanders, Dave Thomas, Colonel Sanders, B Blue. Rule 35. I'm putting that on you, Cobra Cat. There's plenty of AI out there now. You can pull this off, man. And then keep it to yourself, please.
Yeah, please.
Because it's that whatever scene you come up with, I have no desire to see it whatsoever. Not my interest. But thank you for the super chat, Cobra Cat, and let's see what we got movies like. Here we go.
Hey man, am I driving okay? I think we're parked, man.
Thank you for the super chat. And guys, we are starring comments. I will try and get starred comments as soon as I can. Just trying to work through all the super chats, and then we'll just finish it out with realignment speculation. Is that true? Wisconsin is actually going to have a Culver's patch on the roof. It is true. I do not think KFC would allow for sponsor KF. Oh, Kirk Ferentz. Okay. I got it. Would allow for sponsor patches on our uniforms other than Nike.
Why not?
I think Kirk Ferentz, as beloved as he is in Iowa, I think he might not have a choice, and you probably would get a sponsorship. What? I don't know, some kind of corn. Yeah, some like agricorn, or I don't know all the corn companies that make the corn seeds, but I would think. Go ahead.
The biggest sports franchise in the world, like essentially Manchester United, has sponsor patches all over. I think that Rubicon's being crossed. It's more about, can you get one that doesn't look like you got, like, old bad news bears, Chico bail bonds, or the one on Rocky's meat packing jersey. You just don't want to go down that road. Whereas Culver's in Wisconsin go together extremely extremely well. I'm more confident in that partnership than their new athletic director. That's more of a wait.
I would have thought it would have been some kind of cheese manufacturer for Wisconsin.
It's
just
definitely not. It's definitely not PATC's jersey sponsor.
All right, I'm going to get to some starred comments now. We can get to starred comments. We'll talk more about realignment if you guys want to. Put it in chat. As always, we defer to members' comments. All super chats get read, but we do defer to those member comments because they are members. And this used to be a PG-13 show, but tonight is rated R. Wait until after the...
Oh my gosh, it's Rock and Rant. It's this guy right here. It's the problem.
I told you, it was a 9 o'clock hour.
After 10 o'clock, it goes to members only and becomes an X-rated show.
Dude.
You know where your children are. Make sure they're not watching this stream.
Penn State would have Wawa on one side of the field and Sheets on the other. I think you can only have one. I think it's like the Highlander. There can be only one, Kenneth Maynard. There can be only one. Yeah, that's certainly that's a heated rivalry as well. Talking about Gold Star versus Skyline, Wawa fans and Sheets fans, they butt heads quite a bit as well.
What do you think about having like a Coors for like Colorado Buffaloes, like that Colorado flavor, that Rocky Mountain taste?
Doesn't it need to be craft beer at this point in Colorado and Boulder?
I wouldn't mind a little of that Colorado Kool-Aid. That's all I'm saying. And we already played the Florida song, so you are a pirate.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
I thought we had another super chat. Oh, here we go. Hoping the new AD hire takes what he learned at Texas and not Nebraska. Evil Badger doesn't like Culver's. I actually do like Culver's. I think it's a fine place for a hamburger, but that's just me. Hey, listen, Ryan, I told you in text, I think it's a slam dunk hire. I think what he did, I know Rock's going to disagree with me. I think what he did at Texas as the COO of Texas, I think that is a fantastic job he did there, and I think that's going to carry over to Wisconsin. Now, Rock will have another take for you, and I will let him give it to you. Go ahead, Rock.
No, listen, I think the thing is he's the athletic director, not just the guy having to raise money, right? He's got to do all of it, and my pure question would be, Sean Eichhorst, has he learned enough? Do you want him in charge of hiring Luke Fickell's replacement if it comes to that? I don't know that it's going to come to that because they already started spending money on the program, and you can see that in who Wisconsin got in their portal class. And Luke Fickell, unlike several others, is doing quite well in the recruiting trail for somebody that's on a theoretical hot seat, right? If he even is still on one after they decided to reinvest in the program and maybe pointed some fingers internally. I just don't see Sean Eichhorst past experience. He was invisible at Miami, right? He gets credit for Jim Larrañaga as a head coach. That didn't go down that way. It went down a very different way. Somebody called one of the Moss brothers, who's one of the guys who are supporting Miami without doing the Protect College Sports Act approach that Cody Campbell does. And they said the Wikipedia page, like Eichhorst was only on the job for 10 days when that hire got done, and he didn't hire anybody else. So he was called the invisible AD. We all know about like what's happened in Nebraska since Bo Pelini. So it's not so much that I have a question about his ability to what he learned at Texas and the finance side. It's more of an open question of, do I want him hiring my next football coach at Wisconsin when and if it comes to it? And that is why I just think Wisconsin could do better. Personally, that's my take.
Okay.
It kind of seems like a little bit of an odd match color-wise for Wisconsin. Look at that. So the Culver's blue, you've got the Big Ten blue too on this patch and stuff, and you've got the beautiful white and red Wisconsin color sequence here. So, man, it's just going to look a little bit awkward.
Well, I mean, you're assuming that they're going to keep those colors. It can be a red and white Culver's logo just the same.
No way. They can't do that.
Yeah, they can.
It's gonna be this blue, man.
It's a color switch. Listen, you can change colors on anything. This may be news to you, but you can change colors on stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
You
really think they're gonna do that and ruin the branding?
I think they would be happy to do that for the University of Wisconsin. As a matter of fact, I think there was a mock-up, and I believe it was a red and white Culver's logo, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. We've already played some fight songs for you. Let's do some movies. Let's do some Conan, because I think Luke Fickle's going to be Conan this year.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
MBM says, I will just say this. I am directly related to the founder of Coors.
No, you are not. That's so
He is. That is pretty cool. Colorado Kool-Aid. Cool. I'm directly related to a guy who drinks Coors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You are that guy, Moan.
I don't drink Coors. OPD Don, good to see you, sir. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope to hear y'all's view on what Godfather had to say on his show. We talked about it a little earlier tonight, but we're going to go over it again here in the last 40 minutes of the show or so. We're going to talk realignment because that's what everybody wants to talk about. Fox Quindaro said he wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to talk about realignment, and Nate's not here. Nate's the only one who doesn't want to talk about realignment, probably because BYU is going to be stuck and not be going anywhere. So that's
you're technically stuck and not going anywhere either, Moen.
That's true, but I'm in a pretty but I'm stuck in a penthouse. That's all I'm saying. I'm stuck in a penthouse. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a member for 21 months, Opie. I do appreciate that, sir. Let me give you a little LSU sound as I try and do it with my best possible Louisiana accent.
LSU is so cool. LSU is they're honestly the coolest college football team, I think. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I love LSU's jerseys. I love the stadium. I love the live mascot, if that's still a thing out there. They used to have it with like Mike, right? Whatever, the Tiger. Everything about LSU is like college football. The best of it. The tailgating. The bars out there. Every freaking thing about LSU, I freaking love.
Wild Ute will not have a jersey sponsor from the ASPCA.
That's right. I say, have them run that Tiger out on the field like they do Ralphie. Luke Fickle will be Conan losing to the Tonight Show. Jacoba Cat, you've went too far. I will not hear anybody insult Conan O'Brien on this show. Jay Leno is a piece of shit.
That's too far. That's too far.
That's too far. I'm Team Coco. I am Team Coco. Jay Leno is a piece of shit. Human being. I hate Jay Leno.
Wait.
Team Coco forever.
I want to make sure I got this right. The one he's talking about corn being abused wasn't too far.
No, that's fine. But you go and abuse an icon like Conan O'Brien, who wrote some of the greatest episodes of The Simpsons ever. His podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, is a fantastic podcast. I listen to it every week. I'm not going to stand for it, man. And
this is unbelievable,
stocks, man.
Yeah,
you got to be kidding me. Mo, this is too far.
No. You don't understand. Jay Leno is a piece of shit. He pushed Johnny Carson out. He pushed Johnny Carson out the door. Then he hands the mic to Conan and said, I'll stay in the lobby in case you need me. And then, they give him a 10 o'clock show every night for a week. And then they go, the Tonight Show ratings dropped. Well, no shit. You gave him Jay Leno as a shitty lead-in show for 5 nights a week. Of course the ratings dropped. Conan never got a shot on the Tonight Show. He never got a chance. He's an everyman who went to Harvard.
Wow. Let him go.
Listen, I really don't like Jay Leno in that Conan situation. Really. And the late shift, go to HBO Max. If you haven't seen it, watch the late shift. Watch how Jay Leno threw his good friend David Letterman right under the bus. Jay Leno loves to screw people, and then he'll go, well, I'm just a nice guy. Punch him in his melted frisbee.
Realignment talk.
Yeah, I'd punch him in his melted frisbee face if I ever saw him. Looking like a mutated potato.
The last time I saw you this animated was when Ohio State lost to Michigan.
Yeah. I really hate Jay Leno. It's not even
My
close.
goodness, Moen.
He's on my enemies list. Like Nixon had an enemies list. I've got an enemies list, and Jay Leno's on it. Bulldog Mississippi with a $20 super chat says,
Let's
happy
go.
semi-quincentennial, everybody. Thank you, Bulldog Mississippi. I do appreciate that, sir. I will get you a cowbell sounder.
Give him cowbells.
I don't have the actual physical cowbell. I've got to find the cowbell on here. Where is my cowbell?
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm a bad man. You hear me?
Thank you very much for that, Bulldog Mississippi. Let me see what else we got here. Since I'm in this area,
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him
cook.
Thank you for the $20 super chat, Bulldog Mississippi, and your continued patronage here at the College Football Mafia. We do sincerely appreciate that. And then we got PSU Nitwit with the 1999 fireworks and gunshots already going off in Altoona. Happy 4th, Maria Crew. I think he means Mafia, but
Maria Crew.
We'll be the Maria.
He's
We'll be
hitting
the
the
Maria
Stella
Crew.
or something. He's good. That's very cool. 4th is amazing, unless you have the dogs that can't deal, in which case it's like the friggin' hellacious night on earth around the 4th as your dogs freak out. And your dog is either one way or the other. There's no dogs in between. My dogs freak the hell out.
Absolutely. I got my guns cleaned and oiled, and I'm ready to go out tomorrow. Should be fun. Got some tannerite we're going to blow some shit up.
Give him like the We Are Penn State.
I'm going to. I'm just
Penn State.
I'll handle the soundboard. You just stand there and look pretty.
Stop it, Moan. You're a bad man.
I'm a bad man. Let's see. We got some starred comments. The other Gygax reminds me of Hank Jr. NFL, talking about our new intro song. If you did not catch that, make sure you watch us on demand. I wrote and had AI come up with a little rockabilly tune for the Big Freaking Friday show. We're going to be doing changes up to all the programs here on the show. New redesigns, new theme music, all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks to you guys. You guys who support us financially, that allows us to do all this stuff. So we're going to do that. We're going to be doing some parody videos too as well. So definitely check that out. Rocking it, Moen. Thank you, Mama Duck Clemson Tiger, if you're still here. I appreciate that. And thank you for being such a great member of the community. I know you're new here, but you've been an awesome member of the community. Always willing to talk in chat with people. MBM357 says it does. Yeah, put a little rockabilly on there. I wanted a little psychobilly. I wanted a little Reverend Horton Heat on there, but it works. MBM with the smiling cowboy hats. Thank you, MBM.
This one's from MBM too. I agree. A liquored moan is the best moan. It is a treat tonight with moan.
It is.
Listen,
baby. I usually
Uncle Sam, baby.
I don't unwind until Nate's gone, because Nate silently judges me.
Cheers. What are you drinking tonight, by the way?
I'm drinking that.
Are you drinking Crown
I'm
XO?
still-
Oh my goodness, dude. Well,
I
cheers
bought
to you.
this. I opened this bottle earlier.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Give me a cheers here for the 4th. Happy 4th to you guys.
Happy 4th, man.
To the
There you go.
community too. Everyone out there.
I got my
Happy 4th,
fancy
man.
drinking glass like you.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to be a stand-in for the community here real second. to get to a realignment question that I actually have for both of you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but it's a question because I didn't see all the Greg show. I got a little bit of a download from you guys and from some of the community, some people on X as well. If two things are going on, if the Protect College Sports Act looks like, but we don't know, might be amended to take out the things that people in the SEC and Big Ten do not like. The conference expansion limitation, making sure they're not stuck doing media pooling, whatever it might be. The flexibility there, not the requirement. Does it matter in the short term that a hot cauldron of action was happening within 500 miles of Nashville? Because everything will get delayed again anyway, and they'll give us endless more cycles for Miami to rise to the top and go to the bottom again, like has happened before. And Florida State to be number one and then not even getting into the Big 12, but now be back in the SEC. So that's my question is, if the Protect College Sports Act maybe does pass, but without the things that would be accelerating things, does it matter that North Carolina had that meeting within 500 miles of Nashville?
I think it does, because it shows that North Carolina has intent to move. Now they could move regardless of the PCSA, regardless of what gets taken out. They could potentially go to the Board of Governors and get this North Carolina state situation decided. I mean, and if they get that decided, I think that kind of solidifies the SEC targets. I mean, if they are able to go to their Board of Governors and the Board of Governors says, no, you don't need to bring North Carolina State along but you have to pay them Carolina money. I think that frees up the SEC to go into Virginia for either Virginia or Virginia Tech. And then you're going to have the Virginia Tech discussion. Does their legislator, does their governor allow Virginia to go to the SEC with North Carolina and leave Virginia Tech behind?
It's a great point. It's intent. And it's just more evidence that this is actually happening now. Like, it might not have the quick strike over the next month and a half might not happen. But guys, this thing is shaking out. We're within 18 months, certainly, of it happening.
Yeah, that's
even
a question.
Notice, like the notice period, like, and everything. Because for the Big 12, it's 18-month notice period. Like the members only video, check it out. Stuff for the Big 12
it's 11
teams,
months,
18
though.
months.
But isn't
18
it really
months
like
for the Big 12. 18 for the Big 12.
18, because the ACC, you guys, if they wanted to get out for the 28th season, they have to what was it, May 31st or June 30th, right? The new academic year starts for everyone essentially July 1st. I always screw this up. I know the ACC, if you want to get into the Big 10 or the SEC or wherever for 2028, it's either May 31st or June 1st or June 30th. It's like one of those days. I can't remember. I've had it committed to memory, but like ChatGPT loses my memories and I start all over again.
Right.
So
it's different for the ACC than the
Big
Big 12. Like, it is 18 months for the Big 12. So you'd have to announce for like the 2029 season, like sometime before like the December. And like then 18 months down the line, you could actually play in that next year and the like. So the Big 12 has a longer run up and stuff that you have to announce by. So I think this is all relevant because it's not, I don't think this is going to happen anytime in the next couple days, months, in my point of view. But I think it is 18 months or less, because you're looking and you're really aligning with that 2029, 2030 Big Ten media deal. That is coming up, guys. And like, even if for the ACC and you have to delay a year on your notice period, like, we're already going and we're already talking about now what the 2028 season, if you were to announce next year before June 31st, July 1st. So we're already talking like a year before the Big Ten deal is up. It is the appropriate time where this was going to happen. And so I think that we're really close to that. This is just more evidence that actually, hey, these talks are happening. We've got evidence here. This meeting took place 500 miles away from this location. So I just think it's more evidence.
Mowing on a roll. That would be a great name for something on a food truck. Mowing on a roll. Give me a mowing on a roll with the extra mowing, with the whiskey. Appreciate you, Ricky Tungate. We haven't done. There we go. I was getting ready to play the song, and here we go. We've got that 1940s swimsuit up. I don't get it, Ricky Tungate. I don't get it. But congratulations. Ricky Tungate's a fan of the defending national champions.
That's right, baby.
The Indiana Hoosiers.
them out of sounder. There we go. Yeah.
Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate the 1999 super chat. We really do. It helps us do so many incredible things here at the channel. If you didn't get a chance to, you'll hear it on the outro as well. We got a new theme song. Oh boy, Zornell M44 sounds like a Superman person.
Let's go Zornell.
Zornell M44 has become a YouTube member. Thank you, Zornell.
Let's go.
I don't know Zornell's team, so I'm just going to have to move to a little bit from
Zornell. Tell us your team here in the chat if you wouldn't mind here, so we know your team.
We'll do the Munson sound effect.
It's a tough world. These kids nearly got Munson, but they're back now.
Yogi Buck says, I don't see why Utah fans are ignoring the gore. Yogi Buck, they are not. In fact, you dropped a members-only video yesterday that shows the exact dollar amounts that it would cost, or the approximate dollar amounts, I should say, that it would cost the Utah Utes to exit the Big 12 for several dates. So Utah fans have not forgot about it. If you become a member, you can watch that members only video. It is right out there, out for members. Eventually we may make that one public just so people can actually see it and learn from it. But until then, member benefit.
So there's the Gore buyout, and then there's the exit fees. The exit fees usually are you don't pay them out of pocket. You just don't get paid for a period of time from the conference. The distributions you were going to receive, you don't get those for a period of time. That's usually how the exit fees are paid. The Gore, like the point is, though, Utah would still need to go to court. That would have to happen, but there's precedence with Oklahoma, Texas, and also with the ACC settlement that's going to get you in a range. And so that's what this video is about, approximating the actual dollar amount of that Gore. It's not going to be as expensive as, the estimates are initially for Florida State and the ACC of $800 million.
And you stand by your research in that, correct?
100%. Yeah, like I would say that even is maybe a bit conservative. The numbers like there, maybe Utah could even negotiate a lower amount. Maybe KU could. Any Big 12 school. Utah's not going to get a better discount than anybody else. That's part of the research found and stuff. But the exit related fees, the Gore related fees won't be backbreaking.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you can get a membership to view that, Yogi Buck, or wait around and see if somebody can gift you one. But you has done the research, and it is not optimistic. It's not from an optimist standpoint, anyway.
No,
it's from a unbiased standpoint. Bulldog Mississippi says, evening, Mafia. Good to see you, Bulldog. Thanks for stopping by. Mama Duck Clemson Tigers. Happy 4th, everyone.
Hey.
Thank you, Mama Duck. We appreciate it. Pit Snipe Husker says, what up, y'all? Good to see you, Pit Snipe. Thanks for stopping in. Becky Go Husky says, I'd rather eat Skyline chili than durian fruit. Can we stop calling it durian? It's ass fruit. From now on, if you're going to refer to it as ass fruit, people. We've got to get hashtag ass fruit challenge trending. Elvin Gully, who's an Arkansas Razorback, says Utah will get beat by the Hogs to crush their dreams.
No.
Penn State Razorbacks!
No, really?
Yeah, I'm a dick when I'm drunk. I don't know. Evil Badger 72 coming off the top rope with the superplex, gifted 10 memberships to the College Football Mafia family. We've got new members. GCFM, Only Talk Sports, Ordinary Spud. Good name. Thomas DeMay, Rec Talk. Come on, Rec Talk. You can afford
Rec
your
Talk.
membership, dude. Christopher McSchuber, Trang Vu, Rich 12, Cardboard King, you were all gifted memberships by that evil badger, the madman of Madison, Wisconsin, Ryan Willie. Make sure you thank him in the chat. If you're watching us on demand, make sure you leave a thank for him in the comment section. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Ryan, we appreciate you, brother. Again, I hope you had a happy birthday. I've played, I think, all my Wisconsin Sounders, so I'm going to have to give you something
Play it
different.
again. Play them again, Moan.
Okay, I'll play him again.
All night long.
That's what he wants. All right. And then we've got
3 badgers. Badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers.
of course, from Raul with Fun with Pets. Thank you, Evil Badger 72, Ryan Willie. You're an awesome dude. Glad to have you as part of the family here, and glad to have you as a friend too. So the waiting's the hardest part. You're just waiting on that new chair to impress all the ladies out there. Thank you for gifting 10 memberships to the family. And again, if you received any of those memberships, make sure you thank Ryan Willie in the chat. Or if you're not in the chat and you just got the notification, come here, watch the on-demand video, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate that as well. I know Ryan leaves comments from time to time, so I'm sure he checks comments from time to time. Thank you again, Ryan. Do appreciate it. And then we've got the Coors magnate, MBM 357. Wow, dude, no offense. The 12 doesn't want Otro in the conference. No offense. You're good people, though. $80 on pump 2. Big 12 torchbearer.
Hey, Wild Ute, do you have any, like, are you having separation anxiety over maybe losing the chief villain role in the Big 12 to Texas Tech? Or are you guys going to try to take it back?
No, Texas Tech can own that. They can own that all. Look, I'm not saying that Utah's definitely 100% locked and loaded with the Big Ten, guys. Have I ever said that once? It's not. That's not the case. That's not the case, guys.
Said it, but it'll be on Twitter or an X in like an hour saying, not only did you say that, but you literally guaranteed it.
Exactly. Look, so Utah is a happy member of the Big 12 Conference. And if
Dan Radakovich wants a royalty on that.
And if an invite happens to come, a consideration will have to be given. But until that day happens, which is not today, happy member. And Ocho Capital is just going to help the Big 12 and help the University of Utah by helping a member in the University of Utah lift the brand for the whole conference. And I do think that the Utes are going to be one of two teams in the college football playoff, and Moan's going to have to eat durian here after the season's over because Utah is going to get in the CFP. Baby, let's go. And I hope it's Oklahoma State is the second one, baby. Let's go.
I think this sounder is appropriate.
I coalesce the vapor of human experience into a viable and logical comprehension.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Thank you for the super chat, MBM 357. Feel like I owe you another sounder, but I don't know what I could do. Here we go. We'll play a little Office Space.
No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate you, brother. Let's see here. We got another super chat from Becky Go Huskies. Wait, did you break news? First time in years I hear. You don't hear, you don't know anybody, Becky. I don't know anybody. Rock doesn't know anybody. Ute doesn't know anybody. Nate doesn't know anybody. Greg doesn't know anybody.
No, nothing.
Literally no one.
No, nothing.
We literally know nobody.
No, nobody.
And these things that the nobodies have told us throughout the years are just, it's nothing. It's nothing. Thank you for the super chat, Becky.
Thank you, Becky.
You know,
do appreciate
we may
that,
have
but
aliases.
we don't. You know, we
may
don't
have aliases, but our faces are out here actually on camera. We don't like put on somebody else's mug on our profiles, right?
No.
I don't have
not
like this,
talking about
when I
that,
do
are
go
we?
on camera, I'm not hiding. So, you know, I'm not going to mention Voldemort's name, but whatever.
Look at this guy, so hopped up on goofballs and grass, he's got no idea what's going on.
Thank you for the super chat,
Thank
Becky.
you, Becky.
Very much appreciated. Now I'll get back to starred comments. Again, I'm going to try and get through all these starred comments before my liver fails.
Hey, speaking of that, cheers me. Cheers me to you, to Rock, to the community. Cheers for the 4th again.
Cheers to America, the Republic of America. Cheers to it.
And Rec Talk's in the chat here, so like we've got this Georgia Tech logo up. I'm curious on what Rec Talk thinks about Georgia Tech and realignment and just kind of keeping quiet in the background.
I don't know that he's necessarily in chat. It's just people who've been in chat at one time they give memberships to.
Okay.
Because I would lecture him and remind him he can't pay for his membership. He's a Georgia Tech grad. Mama Duck Clemson Tiger says, didn't think UVA wanted the SEC. Any port in a storm, Mama Duck. If you've got a guaranteed P2 invite and it's to the SEC, I think you take that. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't think that they wanted the SEC. I still think they're a bit better fit for the Big Ten. If I was the state of Virginia, I would put my ducks in 2 houses if I could. I'd put my Tech guys down in the SEC, and I'd have Virginia in the Big Ten. I'd make sure they played each other all the time. I'd make sure Virginia and North Carolina keep some rivalry, and you have the benefit of your 2 biggest universities in the 2 best conferences, bringing the benefits of both of them to your same state. But that would make way too much sense. From the Big Ten's perspective, I don't necessarily, from the SEC's perspective, I totally get wanting Virginia ahead of Georgia Tech. Get that new state, all that stuff. For the Big Ten, I don't necessarily get it the same way. Virginia's rated slightly higher academically for sure than Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech is still way the hell up there. And state-wise, you can make an argument that getting the state of Georgia and Atlanta, even as 2nd or 3rd tier, is better than getting the state of Virginia added to your distribution list, right? In terms of the overall audience and the growth of the state, and then the actual product on the field outside of last year for the Cavaliers. But who knows? We'll see if there's a trend. Maybe Virginia is the slow burn version of Kurt Cignetti's Indiana, and they're going to have another great year this year.
Greg Medina, 1080, says, I think that the big thing about this bill needs to take the power away from the Big Ten and the SEC. ESPN is rigging yearly for the SEC, and it looks like he is a Texas Tech fan.
Well, no doubt about it. ESPN's the mouthpiece for the SEC. And there is that bias there, right? With Fox being the mouthpiece of the Big Ten. It's hard, like these forces and everything you have to fight against as the ACC and the Big 12 to punch up and stuff. And so, guys, there's a lot of things working against you. And ESPN and Fox are 2 of them.
I think ESPN's mouthpiece thing took a lot of damage, though, this last year. I don't think it's as powerful anymore. There was a lot of things that got on. People are mocking the TV show, right? Both the people from the College Football Playoff Committee who cannot speak freaking English, right? Or do stupid things like the whole Notre Dame-Miami story, which isn't really about Notre Dame or Miami. It's just like how they explained it all. They took a lot of L's. And then, people say, oh, this team shouldn't be in. Well, Indiana won the damn national championship. Miami was 45 yards away from it. Clocked out a couple of SEC teams on the way. I think that got a lot of damage. I think the Big 12 can do more damage to that. But we also can't act like the Big 10, at the top especially, and the SEC consistently aren't strong football conferences. But remember, the SEC, half the SEC is taking another loss this year than they would have last year. Half of it is taking another win. That goes the wrong way. You could have a lot of 3-loss SEC teams this year, even if their teams are actually better because they're playing more conference games.
2 big.
Oh, I thought he was saying
12 teams in the playoff.
Those two fingers eating ass fruit. Regional for Tiddywinks, says Frank. For Tiddlywinks. Tiddywinks. Regional for Tiddlywinks Says
Tiddlywinks
Frank
is
Potter,
an
the Virginia,
underrated
Virginia
word.
Tech Hokie.
It's an underrated word.
Daryl CRH says Utah to the big.
Let's go.
Yogi
Happy members
Buck
of the
claims
Big 12,
Notre Dame
baby.
is around 200 to 250 million, 40 million viewers per year times $5 per viewer.
You know, this makes sense to me. I think that Notre Dame would be around 200. Yeah, that seems right. 200 between. Maybe this is pretty much nails right here, I think. 400 is like insane, man. Like I almost fell to my chair when you said that earlier. Like just, I know that's like it's just what you've heard, right?
So they're giving away $100 million a year right now just to stay independent. I don't buy that.
Well, no. Here's the deal: is like when you actually just independent, though, like you can't guarantee cost certainty and stuff, right? If you take a bunch of losses, that kills the viewership and stuff for an NBC. But if you're in the Big Ten, you've got guaranteed banger matchups and everything with the insurance of all the like Ohio State and everybody else. Your value lifts, in my view. And so, like, you might be worth 100 today to NBC and everybody else, but you're worth 200 in that type of environment.
Yeah,
That's
that
how
makes
I see
sense.
it.
Yeah, as long as
But
you
like
schedule
400 is
them
like
against
4 times that. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. As long as you
dang,
schedule
man.
them enough times against Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State, right? If they're playing the lesser audience brands in the Big Ten, it doesn't have that much value, but you're going to rotate Notre Dame depending upon how you schedule if they come into the conference.
Yeah.
Blue Chew is out of Austin, so that fits for Texas. I just want to see him cut a commercial for it. Use code Longhorns at checkout to get 20% off. Hey, these jokes sometimes they write themselves, people. I'm dead.
That's what happens
Winks.
when somebody's bouncing up and down a bit.
Yeah. Yes, I said titty winks. Elliot Howard says, breaking news, Florida State and Miami to the Big Ten 2028. You just want to get a clip of me saying that so someone on Twitter with multiple personality disorder can claim that I said that.
Yep.
Rated X only when the colors flash their wings. Yeah, we
Rock,
took
you
care-
were on that live show, weren't you?
Rock and I were on a show where somebody decided to flash their ween, and they learned that Mullen has a little bit of occupational security, and I was able to track him down, and the person involved was fucking terrified. So, yeah, keep that in
It
mind.
also taught us both how to create new filters for the StreamYard experience.
We had the Mullen
people on
confidential
camera with a block.
Right, we had the Mullen confidential filter that prevented people from putting their junk on the screen.
People are crazy, guys. That is wild when that happened.
You know, the even
It wasn't
worse
that
one.
wild. It was kind of.
He was showing his shortcomings, but I mean, the worst one was when Nate asked me to put the number on the background. So it showed up in the light, and people started calling Nate, and Nate had no idea that. And like, if it was me, I knew in like 3 seconds they were pranking him. But Nate would just let him go on and go on and go on until they said, you know, whatever dirty words they wanted to say. Poor Nate. I mean, he is such a babe in the woods. Would appreciate realignment chat as I joined late, but y'all do what you want to do. Thank you, Vox Quindara, brother. We're talking realignment chat. I think we already did this one. Liquored mowing, best mowing.
It's true, though. It's absolutely true.
Orange is best is beautiful. Orange is beautiful.
Orange is beautiful, huh? It is.
We'll have to keep orange in the new color scheme for the Big Freaking Friday show. Opie D. Dawn. Yeah, the animal rights folks got the tiger out of the stadium. It's now in its lair outside the stadium. The tiger used to be by the visitors' locker hallway to the field. They had to go by that tiger. Honest.
Tell me who's a cooler school than LSU. Don't say Ohio State or Miami. Who else?
I don't know. I mean, you could be a really cool school, but like,
No,
I don't know
hold
if
on.
having your head coach be hot yoga dude is super.
Dude, like, okay, like just the school itself.
Rock, here's the trick. I'm gonna say Miami. What are you gonna say, Rock?
I can't say Ohio State.
That's all right. We won a national championship over
They
you.
go blue, you know.
There was a workaround there, but Rock just wasn't willing to take it.
I do you go blue suck up for you every week when someone says it. Yeah, I take one for the team by doing that.
Mama Duck Clemson Tiger says she loves orange and purple. I agree. It's a great color combination.
It is.
I love that.
Clemson's a really cool game environment too. Rock, have you made a Clemson game before?
I have not.
You been
Miami plays at Clemson this year. I'm just trying to decide which Southeastern region Tiger game to go to first, since apparently everybody got together one day and said, let's just all be Tigers.
Went to FSU Clemson years ago, and awesome experience. I was in my huge shirt. No one gave me crap. Dude, awesome people out there. Clemson, South Carolina. Amazing place for a game.
Well, they thought you were drunk.
Yeah.
I've been to a game. I've been to Ohio State versus Clemson, but I've never been to a Clemson conference game in Death Valley or anything like that. And by the way, the game I went to with Clemson and Ohio State ended 31-0 Clemson. MBM 357 says happy 4th. US.
Let's go.
You know what? Let's play this again. Guys from South Park won't claim me, I bet. Becky Go Husky says Wild Ute becoming more and more villain-like with each video to Big 12 fans.
There's a reason why this is a members-only video here, Becky. Look, some things need to be said. Some things need to be said.
Because there's no Utah fans who are members. Ute Nation needs to step up and get that membership. Illini Ted, my friend, Bert Bielema, absolute legend. If you're not following Bert on Twitter, please follow Bert on Twitter. He's a national treasure. He is a treasure for the Big Ten. Let's get a statue built to Bert in Chicago, right in front of the Big Ten offices. He says, in today's world, there's always a buyout. Money always talks.
Yeah, gores are bought out. It's on the regular now, guys. It's going to happen. If there's an invite for Kansas or Oklahoma State.
Cheers, college football mafia in America. US. Cheers to America. Thank you, MBM 357.
Let's go.
Not black and white wolves allowed. Black and white wolves. I think he's trying to say North Carolina State is not allowed.
Yeah. The backpack.
Okay. Fair enough. Get to a couple more comments, and we're going to close it out for the evening. Get ready for the July 4th holiday. Shooting some tannerite, scoping some stuff in. Should be
Can you guys actually light fireworks out there, like in Ohio and California? Are you allowed to actually do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but fireworks are so... Here's the problem. Fireworks are so expensive this year because those were one of the items that were on tariffs. And now they've lifted the tariffs on them, but all these fireworks shops had bought when the tariff, they have to buy 6 months ago. So like fireworks are too expensive. So I just get tannerite and shoot it. We'll blow up.
It's so dry out here in Utah, South Salt Lake, Utah, that like fireworks are completely banned, man. If you see anyone lighting a firework, there's actually like a NARC number. Like you call this number and basically get them busted. Like, so it's no nonsense at all.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Situational, city by city here.
Yeah. I got freedom. And if I want to set off a firework, I'll set off a firework. Ruby. The state of Vagina would want UVA and Virginia Tech in the same conference. They would want to protect UVA Virginia Tech rivalry in case one day the conference decides to play no non-conference games. Okay. Thank you, Ruby. Kenneth Maynard says, I'll be in the swamp for the season opener. Pumped. Good luck to the Gators. I think they've got that 1-1, but good luck. Georgia has Tex in a cage down the hallway.
I thought it was Uga.
I think he's trying to say the Texas Longhorns that Georgia has their number.
All right.
And by the way, the SEC officials still owe me money for that Texas-Georgia game. Fucking throw trash on the field and get a call overturned. Evil Badger disagrees about Burt. I know, Ryan, you don't have Twitter. If you had Twitter, you would understand. Burt is he's a troll. I mean, and he's got a gut that really sticks out there. But man, he's
a good coach, though.
He's a good coach. I mean, he does beat SEC teams. I will go back to Twitter after Musk has been rubbed out.
Hard to do college sports channels without being on Twitter, though. Yeah. I understand the sentiment.
Becky Go Husky says, am I the only one who's just going to lay out in the sun tomorrow?
Barbecue. I get some sun, barbecue.
What about me ever says lay out in the sun, Becky?
Hey, spending time with your chickens.
Well, that's in the shade. Wow, you can light fireworks on the Salt Flats. There you go.
That's
you
true,
go get some
Daryl.
fireworks.
On the Salt Flats.
Tawtown Hawk, you stop saying Kansas. Don't put that evil on me. Tawtown Hawk.
Kansas.
I want a little respect, Tawtown Hawk. I put the drip on the last 3 weeks, and you still haven't put respect on my name.
What?
I'm just saying. He
Dude,
called
you
me
give
out.
KU respect more than anybody, man.
Yeah, but he called me out on my drip and said I wasn't putting enough effort into my drip. And I put effort into my drip the last week. I did the purple and the cyber pink. I think it was very fine looking. Week prior, I did that dandelion yellow or daisy yellow with the aquatic blue. And tonight I'm wearing the colors of my nation. And I want a little respect. I mean, call me out, man. Just give me a little respect.
Mo, you wear KU hats sometimes.
I know.
Dude, you are like.
I'm going to get a Kansas State. I'm going to get a Kansas
Don't do
State hat. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it.
Oh my, email baby.
We go down to south of the border in South Carolina to get our fireworks.
There's only like 80 signs for teasing kids for like 250 miles about that. I remember doing that trip down I-95, south of the border.
Yep, every
like
freeway in
7
Ohio
hours.
has a fireworks display from May to August. So, Tannerite, what dead to me? Vox Quindaro.
Quindaro says
this man. Vox Quindaro, this man insulted my drip game. He said I didn't have the game. I clearly had the game, and then instead of coming on here and saying, "Look, you're right. You got the drip." Not a peep. Not a peep. Yeah, thanks, Mo. And I shorthanded that statement. No problem. These guys are laughing, so there's something I haven't read yet.
Moan is on fire tonight. I'm just saying.
Moen, I did
He is
2
absolutely
super
in the
chat.
zone, man.
Curious George, no read. I read them. I still want respect for that drip. One, it was a pork pie hat. It was a daisy yellow pork pie. It was not a Panama hat like the man from Curious George. All right. Second of all, the man from Curious George was a white shirt with a black tie. I had on an aquatic blue shirt. California blue is what they call it. So I had daisy yellow, California blue, and then last week I had the purple with the hot pink, and I even had the hot pink sunglasses, dude. It was dripped out. I had a hot pink feather in my purple fedora. I mean, I was really dripping. I mean, it was so much drip that you couldn't get any more drip. Like you had to bring a wrench to stop that drip. That's what I'm talking. You had to get a shot of antibiotics to stop that drip, Tawtown Hawk. And I just want respect for it. That's all I'm saying.
Moan is so cold. Moan is so cold, baby.
It's the graper cap mention. I'm a grapist, and I'm going to grape these people.
Is that what KU fans call K-State fans? A graper?
Graper
no
cap.
way. What?
I will lay out.
I don't even know what to
Sun
say
America's
anymore.
colors.
I'm just
Absolutely.
gonna sit back and watch till we wrap.
Coincidentally, if I lay out too long, I will be the color of the stripes. That's right. That's me. I sizzle. Go out in the sun, I sizzle. Moen, I like all your shows, but tonight is the best version of Moen I have ever seen. That's because Moen just drank about half a bottle of whiskey. But thank you, Bob.
This
I do
one's
appreciate
to you,
it.
Moen. You have been lights out tonight. Cheers to you on the 4th. Seriously, cheers to you.
Should I have one more? I think I shall.
Hey, it's that Crown XO, baby. You have to keep getting you that bottle, man. Makes good content.
It is delicious. It is so smooth and it's delicious.
You know, this is
Jayhawks Vinters, we crush grapes. Listen, Vox, I'm not going to go get a Kansas State hat. That is Utes team. The reason he is a Wild Ute is because he is a Wildcat fan and a Ute fan. He grew up a Wildcat fan. He went to Utah University or University of Utah, whatever it is. Take it up with him. Moen is so cold his tidy whities keep Antarctica frozen. My boxer briefs are black, sir. They're black. And that's just so they don't show the stains.
Hey, Moen, this is the last one. Let's wind it down after this.
We'll wind it down after this one. My bad from Tawtown Hawk. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Well, I'm drunk.
Give him a Jayhawks. There we go. Let's squawk, man.
My bad. Called Paris Fashion Week and reserve a spot. I ain't waiting for Paris, man. I'm going straight to New York. Straight to New York City, and I still forgot to get that pace sound effect on here. Damn it. And then Vox Quindaro says, I know about Wild Ute. He's the exception to the Graper rule.
That sounds so bad, guys. The Graper.
Evil Badger 72 reminds us next week will be the 1 year since the Mad Dog Challenge. That's right. And I put that dog down. You remember that? I drank that dog. I had that dog down in like 30 minutes. Yeah. You couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it. Thank you so much for
disgusting stuff, man. What are you like? Come on, man.
What are you talking about? That's the highest quality liquor you can get for $1.39. Thank you, Evil Badger, for that, and thank you everybody who donated tonight. I'm going to try and read all the names here real quick before we get out of here, and then you'll get to hear the new song again. Evil Badger, Ryan, Willie, Bob Slanger, MBM357, the other Gygax, Becky Go Huskies, MBM357 with the $100 super chat at the start of the show. Wow. Skaven, yes, Buckshot Kid, Antoine Johnson, Jacobra Cat, Becky Go Huskies again, Stephen Pitt, Razorback, Jacobra Cat, Hawkeye, Cody Reviews, Awoo, Becky Go Huskies, Mark Bowman, I don't know what sound a Hawkeye makes, Jacobra Cat, MBM 357 with the 10-piece of gifted memberships to the College Football Mafia family. Kenneth Maynard, Jacobra Cat again, Vox Quindaro, the man who is the Vox Quindaro, who's going to cook us some steaks or take us out to barbecue with Ute Pan. Jacobra Cat.
I got it. I got you guys.
By the way, that was a $99.99 super chat by Vox Quindaro. I want to point that out. Thank you, Vox. Kenneth Maynard, Evil Badger, Kenneth Maynard, Jacobra Cat, Mark Bowman again, then Kenneth Maynard, then Evil Badger, then OPD Dunn, Jacobra Cat, Bulldog, Mississippi, more cowbell, PSU Nitwit, we are Ricky Tungate, national champion, Zornell, 44, Evil Badger 72 with the 10-piece of gifted memberships, MBM 357 with a $20 Becky Go Huskies, Town Hawk. And then I think the last two are Town Hawk. Absolutely. I got everybody read. For all of you, I want to say thank you. We appreciate all your support of the channel. We hope you had a good time tonight. Join us next week for another Big Freaking Friday show. This Sunday, though, you can join myself and Rock and Rant. Let me hide the current comments so you can see Rock for the Mo and After Dark show. If you are new to the channel, if you're watching on X, consider coming over, giving us a like and a subscribe. As well, Rock has his own channel at CFB Express. Make sure you visit that on YouTube and give it a like and a subscribe. And make sure you follow us all on Twitter. I'm at Mo and After Dark. He's at The Wild Ute. He's at Rock and Rant. All pretty simple. Until next week, guys, have a safe 4th. Don't lose any hands or fingers or anything.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because then it's going to make just typing in the chat way difficult. So please don't do that. I'm a bad man. Until next Friday, you all have a great weekend. Stay safe. Peace out.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
Big Freaking Friday show, yeah.